Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my 2-week full review of the Sephora Playbox products. For those of you unfamiliar with this video style, I get the Sephora Playbox every month, and so I always do an unboxing for you guys. And then I think that for these subscription boxes, to truly know if they're worth buying, that you should know if the products perform well, or if they're just like first impression, like, ooh, fun things, but they actually kind of suck when you use them for a long time. So I like to do a review process. So after 2 weeks of trying these products completely almost every day, I am here to tell you what I thought of them and to let you know if it's worth getting the box. So they always end up giving us this little pamphlet of information about all of the products in each box, so I'm just going to go in the order that they are on here. So the first thing we had up was this beauty blender, but it's like a micro beauty blender from the Beauty Blender brand. And it says it's a revolutionary mini makeup applicator sponge for highlighting, contouring, and concealing, perfectly shaped to reach the smallest parts of your face. Mine is a different color because I have been using it and I didn't have a chance to wash it today, but this is the size it is when it is not filled up with water. And it does get a little bit bigger, but not too big, so it still fits really well into your under eyes. I would say that's the main way I would think of using this. It's for under eyes. I wouldn't really use it for like highlighting or contouring or any of that. Personally, I prefer brushes for those purposes. It did work just fine. I really liked it. It was okay. I probably wouldn't buy it full price. I've honestly never used the Beauty Blender brand before I tried this thing out. I've always used the cheaper alternatives such as Real Techniques. I've also used the e.l.f. beauty sponges things that they have. It comes in like a little trio. I really like them. Most people don't, but for some reason they work for me. And that trio does come with a little one just like this, and I like it kind of better. Most people prefer these Beauty Blender sponges because they are a lot more like squishy and soft, and that's like the big appeal of them. I personally like a little bit stiffer of a sponge. I'm kind of weird that way, so if you like the soft sponge of the Beauty Blender, I do think you would like this. Like I said, I haven't washed it, so I don't know how it holds up to repeated washing. It has only been 2 weeks, so even if I had washed it a few times, I really wouldn't be able to tell you the longevity of that. But overall, not a bad product. So next up we have this Clinique mascara, and it is the Him dual-ended high-impact mascara and primer duo. Now I said in my unboxing, if you watch that I tend not to like these duo things where they have the primer and then the mascara, because I find it kind of hard to cover up the white part of the primer. I liked this. It worked really well. It lengthens your lashes extremely well, and it also thickens them a decent amount that I like. I am a thickening lash gal. I prefer them much thicker over longer. I tend to be just fine getting them the length I want with any type of mascara. I am wearing falsies today, so take that into account. But I really only wear falsies to film, and so I really use this quite a bit, and I really liked it. I think that the primer covered up pretty well. There was one day where I had trouble covering it up, but I think that's because I put on way too much primer, like on my inner corner of my eye, so it's kind of hard to get to with the actual mascara side. Other than that, it lasted really well all day. It didn't smudge on me. However, I pretty much never have smudging issues with mascara, so take that into account. And I think it's a great mascara. I don't know if I would buy full price because I just like drugstore mascaras. They work just fine for me. So the next product is actually a foundation, which I was surprised by, and that is the Hourglass foundation. This is the Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Stick in the color Shell. So this color was too dark for me, just by a little bit. I think they have another shade or two lighter than this, at least I really hope they do, otherwise their shade range sucks for the lighter people. But besides the color, it was okay. I thought it was alright. Application-wise, this was really hard to work with. It took a lot of elbow grease to work in with a brush, and I never ended up trying it with a sponge because I decided after using it once or twice with the brush and how much I had to work it in that a sponge definitely wouldn't do that for me. So, and I really had to make sure it was blended out well, probably more than if it was a good color match for me, because, you know, if you have something that's too dark for you already and you let it cake up a little bit in a couple spots, it's way more obvious than something that's like your natural color. So I was disappointed by the fact that it was so hard to work with, but wear-wise, it was totally fine. I mean, I wore it for, 8-10 hour days for work, and it was just fine. And it does give your face a pretty smooth finish. It's not 100% flawless. It's not going to look like you're wearing a mask or like you're a mannequin face, but it does smooth it out and make it look a lot more flawless. So next we have a serum from Kors, and this is the Golden Crocus Ageless Saffron Elixir Serum. So this has some pretty high claims. It says that it is a potent anti-aging serum infused with antioxidant-rich Greek saffron, visibly reduces the appearance of fine lines for a youthful, smooth complexion. So hydration wise, I tend to, when I have serums, I don't do the whole serum then moisturizer on top because I have pretty oily skin and I find that that's just way too much moisture on my face. And so I just use this as a regular moisturizer during the day, and I mean, it was fine. Makeup went on fine. It moisturized my skin just fine. I will say this has a very strong perfume scent, so if you are sensitive to smells in your skincare, do not get this. You won't like it. Plus, it's probably hella expensive, so stay away. And for the anti-aging effects, obviously I can't tell you guys that within 2 weeks. There's no way to know that. I also don't have a ton that I need to anti-age. I have like some fine lines around my mouth, and that's about it. So it was alright. I can't really tell you if it's worth it long term, but for a little beauty sample, I liked it. It was nice to have. Next up, we have a hair product, and this is by Alterna Hair Care. It is this Miracle Multiplying Volume Mist. Now, if you watched my unboxing, I was super excited for this because this girl needs all the volumizing she can get. So I really want to try this out, and I did use this, I think 3 or 4 times, and I used, you know, about this much of the bottle, which isn't bad. I do have short hair though, so if you have longer hair, you're probably gonna go through this a heck of a lot faster. But the claims on this say that it is a lightweight hairstyling mist that adds volume and texture to hair while strengthening and softening for full, lustrous, night-out worthy strands. So for thickening purposes, what I did is instead of my volumizing mousse that I typically use, I used this instead, and I would say it worked just as well as a volumizing mousse, and it was really easy with the spray aspect of it to just like spray throughout your hair real quick and blow dry and go. So I really liked this. I don't know if I'd buy the full product, like the full price product, because I've used other volumizing things that work just fine. I don't think it was stellar, out of this world, crazy different from other volumizing products, but I liked it. I will definitely end up using the rest of this. And then lastly, we have the perfume sample, and this is by Burberry, and it is the My Burberry Black. And so this claims that it is inspired by the iconic Burberry trench coat. This fragrance features a seductive blend of jasmine, candied rose, and amber. I am a sucker for amber. Anything with like a little bit of muskiness to it is my jam. As I said in my unboxing, this is a very like fall scent to me, so I was surprised they sent it in like the August box, but that's because I live in Texas and we don't get fall till like November, so I'm not really wearing fall scents yet. But I enjoyed this a lot. I really like the scent, and this lasted extremely well on my skin. So most perfumes that I use, you know, you do a couple spritz on your wrist, put it behind your ears, however you apply perfume, and then by the end of the day, you know, I apply that 8 o'clock in the morning, and then by the time I come home at like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. from work, it's like pretty faded. Like if I get my nose real close to it, I can still smell it, but not like, you know, with people around you. You obviously don't want to be like overwhelmingly smelling a perfume, but you want that little hint, and it's not there anymore. So this still had it. It was definitely a little faded, but it was still like, I was like, oh yeah, it's still there, it's good. And I only use like 1 spritz of this for the whole day. Most of my other perfume I do at least like 2 or 3. And so this is pretty potent. I think it's worth it, and I actually might go buy a full size of this because I like it a lot. Alright, so that wraps up my full review of this Sephora Play box. If you end up getting this box, let me know. Let me know if my review changed your mind about it or anything like that. If you do get this box, let me know if your products were same or different and what you thought of them. I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments. You can also chat with me on any of my social media, which will also be listed in the description. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out and gets my video out to more people. And if you like my channel content, I do have book and beauty subjects, so if you like that, please subscribe. I would love to have you join the Bookish Beauty family, and I will chat with you in my next video. Bye.